It's the Shusha.
Que onda, vatos locos. Damas y caballeros, it's your boy Dave in the 702 coming at you for a special big fight weekend preview. Joining me all the way from the city of brotherly love, Philly Irish, Drew Evo. ¿Qué pasa? You ready for the parade? Shit, it's not every year you get to have that big parade, Drew. Oh man, I don't even live in the Bay no more, man. But shit, I can remember my parades, man. Everybody loves a Super Bowl winter parade, man. You guys ready tomorrow?
Yeah, and gotta get ready and tell you the truth. After that, Sunday baseball, spring training, pitchers and catchers reported.
Shout out to everybody joining us in the chat. Sonteo Media says, what's poppin'? Yeah, exactly. Saludos to Paul M. Ain't seen you in a minute. Good to have you, Paul. Big fight weekend. Drew's getting ready for the big parade. I don't know. Drew, are you working tomorrow? Or will you get to watch it?
No, I'm off. I'm actually off for 4 days. And
how's the weather in Philly? Because did they have to clean up all the snow?
Man, the snow is up, but it's windy as hell out here. And
yeah, oh shit. But is there snow on the ground, or did the crews clean it all up for tomorrow?
Yeah, but it's going to snow again next week.
It is what it is, man. Congratulations to your team again and everybody out in Philly, man. I've been enjoying this YouTuber. His name is Philly Captain on YouTube, man. The guy is cool, man. I like watching the Philly Captain on YouTube. He got a bunch of good content, guys. Drew, it's big fight weekend preview. A big news, a lot of news, racism talk going around. Top Rank issues a statement, and wouldn't you know it, it's our boy, good old Teofimo, up to some good old shenanigans. It's on the thumbnail, up to some shenanigans. We're going to get to that big story. We're going to preview the big three fights, but CLAPBACK Thursday, Oscar De La Hoya back in the news. Shout out to Fonzie joining us. That's right, Oscar De La Hoya is back with one of his famous CLAPBACK Thursdays. And you know he had to chime in on his former client, former boxer in his on payroll, Canelo Alvarez, and he's got a lot to say about him and including Edgar Berlanga. I don't know why. Did you guys catch that? Edgar Berlanga, let's preview it here and react to it. That way we don't get no copyright strikes, but let's react and let me know if y'all can hear the TV. What's good, Follow the Rabbit? Appreciate y'all. I'm doing some reaction to Oscar De La Hoya talking shit on Canelo today. Let's go.
Your favorite time of the week again, time for the only segment in boxing that gives you the facts and makes you laugh. It's CLAPBACK Thursdays. So the news came out last week that Canelo just signed a contract to fight Jake Paul.
So we had a signed contract to fight. Here you can see Canelo's signature and my signature to the right.
But
all right. He's being a little misleading, okay? Oscar De La Hoya trying to say they actually had a contract to fight. They did not. They had a contract that said in good faith they were negotiating. It's called a non-disclosure agreement. First, they signed that, and they signed some type of some kind of contractual agreement that said intent to negotiate, whatever. I shouldn't even use the word contractual agreement because it was an intent to negotiate the terms, a term to go. Anybody know exactly what it is? Shout out Big Spooky. Let's hear a little bit more of Oscar because he's throwing all the shade at Canelo this week.
the last minute, Canelo ditched the agreement to instead sign a 4-fight deal with Turkey al-Sheen. Jake Paul pointed out that Canelo has zero loyalty to anyone.
Truth is, you can be bought. You're a money-hungry squirrel chasing your next nut.
And doesn't give a shit about his fans.
And you're screwing over all your Mexican fans by doing your fights in Saudi. It just shows what type of person you are.
And he couldn't be...
Big deal, guys. Obviously, I live in Las Vegas now, and for almost 20 years, I've been coming here on big fight weekends. I love it. I absolutely love coming to Las Vegas. Cinco de Mayo, Mexican Independence Day. And now, because Canelo's signing this 4-fight deal with 3 of those fights being in Saudi Arabia, we might not get, we're only going to get Canelo potentially this September. And I hope to see everybody here that's in the chat, man. It'd be great to see, finally put a lot of faces to the names in the chat. It would be fantastic. Shout out to Follow the Rabbit. I want to say shout out to you, man. I was talking with our good friend Finney about potentially having a meet and greet in Las Vegas for Terrence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez, man. That would be very exciting. But on the subject of Canelo not, no longer doing it for the Mexican fans, This is crazy, but Inoue, the Japanese monster, apparently is eyeing the date of May 3rd. So Inoue, if you're a big fan of Inoue, he was supposed to come here potentially and fight in Las Vegas. He's done it twice before during the pandemic. Now eyeing fighting on Canelo Alvarez's Cinco de Mayo date. Whether or not it's done in association with Riyadh season, I don't know. But they say that the fight, if Inoue fights on May 3rd at T-Mobile, and T-Mobile is available, that Canelo would fight potentially right after. Who is going to be here on Cinco de Mayo, man? We could all meet up and go see the monster Inoue. Let's get back to Canelo. Yeah, Fonzie says he's down, man. Start marking your calendar because it looks like the monster from Japan is going to be fighting. And where's Drew, by the way? I think Drew tapped out for a second. If you eat your headphones, I will sub, okay?
Be more correct. Canelo, I was a little butthurt when you left Golden Boy Promotions back in 2015. But then you did the same thing to Eddie Hearn. Bruh. And now Al Heyman, who you said was the best promoter ever just months ago.
Al Heyman, thank you. I think right now the best promoter, BBC.
What?
Speaking of PBC, guys, I see my good friend in here, Fonzie, who goes all the fights with me. It's official, March 22nd. It looks like tickets already went on pre-sale. Sebastian Fundora, after not fighting for an entire year and having 2 titles at 154 pounds, Sebastian Fundora, I got the interview with him on my channel. I showed you guys a little bit last week, is fighting Booker, a guy that nobody cares about in division. He's just barely ranked. It's going to apparently appease the 2 sanctioning bodies. But even better news is that Arizona's Jesus Ramos Jr. coming off a great win just like weeks ago, just a couple of weeks ago on PBC. He'll be the co-main again. So just in a couple of months, we're going to get to see Jesus Ramos Jr. back in action. Again, I don't like his opponent. I don't like either of these opponents. Elijah Garcia versus Gasha. That's actually a really competitive fight. That's a good one. This is going to be at Michelob Ultra Arena Saturday, March 22nd. I'm going to be there. I'm excited about that. I hope to have Jesus Ramos Jr. from Arizona, Casa Grande, Arizona in the house. Hope to have him on the show. Let's get back to Oscar De La Hoya. And where's my fucking co-host?
You don't give a about being loyal to anyone.
These hoes ain't loyal, no they ain't.
You're simply in this for the money. You certainly are in it for the fans, for helping the Mexican people. You've proven you don't give a about any of them. You've never done a damn thing to help the Mexican community. And you'll go out of your way not to give them the fights they want to see. Instead of fighting David Benavidez on Cinco de Mayo weekend, which is clearly the move to make, because David's coming off a great win against Morale. You're fighting William Skull?
William Skull, Drew. Can you hear, by the way, can you hear Oscar?
Yeah.
All right, cool. My mic is going to be a lot louder than you temporarily. He says on Cinco de Mayo, you should be fighting David Benavidez. And I just talked about Jesus Ramos was on that card. That's a David Benavidez card. True or not, Drew, he should be fighting. Should he be fighting David Benavidez in May prior to Bud Crawford?
Sure, you'd be fighting Bud Crawford. To be honest, like, I think it's like, why are we having a guy coming up 2 or 3 weight classes down to fight Canelo? Like, I'm sorry that this is potential could be a Jamil replay. And I think he's going to do better than Jamil Charlo, but like seriously, I thought we want to see fights like Benavidez or a winner of Diva versus Beterbiev and everything, man. Like, I think I always said that I think Turkey's decision making is very questionable. And then you say, "Oh, I eventually want to make the Benavidez fight." That's the fight everybody wants to see.
It is the dream fight every real boxing purist fan would love to see. Canelo Alvarez versus the Mexican monster, David Benavidez. Shout out to Wile E. Coyote. Let's get back to a little bit of our good friend here, Oscar De La Hoya. Here we go.
Don't stop.
Really? What the? Huh? You really said you won't fight David Benavidez because I don't want to give him a payday because he doesn't deserve it and he's talking shit about me. What the? You're supposed to create bad blood and excitement for the fans to enjoy. But you won't fight a guy because he's being mean to you? Get the fuck out of here, Canelo. You've single-handedly created the Diva era in boxing. Other fighters look up to you, and it's your fault this is the softest, money-hungry era of all time in boxing. Also, Canelo, if
the
you're
Diva
a true
era.
star in your prime, anyone you fight should become a star as well. Like me with Pacquiao, he became Pac-Man. With me and Mayweather, he became Money Mayweather. So that brings me to your last opponent, Edgar Berlanga.
Edgar Berlanga gets it here, Drew.
Few moments later.
Who went the distance with you, but lost every round. And then he went on a bizarre victory tour celebrating his loss.
All right, if you guys been watching on social media, Edgar Berlanga posting some of these new defensive workouts, Drew. Some of it shit looks choreographed. Some of it looks kind of canny, like choreographed dancing. Man, it's kind of weird. What do you guys think?
Bumlanga, as he's been named by the fans.
Bumlanga.
Fighting March 15th against, I don't know.
Who are these? From New York, Boricua, Latino, what is this?
Dude, first off, did you see who made Oscar's clapback video just right now? You see which YouTuber that was? YouTubers that stage car accidents for donations. Fuck, I thought Las Vegas streamers had it bad with all these grifters out there, man. But faking and staging car accidents so you can get your donations up on YouTube, and then you make the cut on Oscar's Clapback Thursday. Fuck. All right, let me lower my mic, guys.
Well, I lost respect for that dude. I lost all respect for fucking Punch. I don't give a fuck.
We didn't have to say him by name. Shout out to everybody joining us. Drew don't give a damn.
Here's the thing. Here's the fucked up thing. Not only you fake your shit, but when you have someone like Ranger defend you and took a lot of heat from you, and you didn't go up to at least apologize to that dude, you're a real piece of shit in my opinion. So fuck Punch Drunk. I don't give a fuck.
Damn, I ain't even heard that name in a minute. Shout out to Ranger wherever you are, homie. He was on one of our very first episodes on the SHOESHINE when we came onto the YouTube platform.
Ranger,
Shout out to Ranger.
Dude, man, that's fucked up shit right there. Punch should at least set him up and apologize for him for that shit. Defending him that shit and getting fucking bust on by other fucking content creators and everything.
Fonzie says, Munguia is in Canelo's camp. I lost respect for Munguia. That's absolutely true. Jaime Munguia is in camp. Here is the big news for Cinco de Mayo. If you didn't hear, Jaime Munguia is now part of Eddie Reynoso's camp. That means he's a sparring partner to Canelo now. And hopefully he's going to learn a thing or two, because he's going to rematch the guy Surachi that knocked him the F out in 2024's biggest upset of the year. That is going to be the co-main event for the Canelo Alvarez Riyadh fight, May 3rd, Drew. And do you think, first of all, does anybody think he really needed to rematch that guy? Because I'm just saying, Drew, what if this guy Surachi does it again and beats him again? What is going to be left of the career? What is going to be left of the career? It should Jaime Munguia lose. I think personally, I think it was a fluke. But what if, man? That's a huge risk to fight that guy Surachi again. Here's
the thing. If it happens again, Jaime Munguia was never that good to begin with.
All those fights that we thought he was going to be something special. He won one title at 154, right? That's it. I don't think he's ever won a title. Hopefully, Eddie Reynoso is going to turn his tide around. Speaking of Eddie Reynoso and brand new fighters to his stable, you guys seen the thumbnail. This week is all about people becoming champions. Keyshawn Davis has the potential to become the newest lightweight champion in the world. I'm going to just go out and say it right now before we get to our predictions that I think it's going to happen. Speaking of, you saw the controversy, guys, in the past 48 hours. It happened again. Y'all remember back when Sandy Ryan fought Michaela Mayer in New York City, and we had Paintgate. Where's that picture of Sandy Ryan covered in paint? New York City is the place. Madison Square Garden is going to have Keyshawn Davis versus Baranchek, Xander Zayas, the return of Big Baby Anderson, Abdullah Mason on that card on Valentine's Day. I hope to God that your ladies and your girlfriends and your wives allow you to watch it. Hopefully they'll let you watch it. I am so blessed. My wife's going to let me watch it, Drew. We're going to watch it together, and all I got to do is take her.
I'm so blessed to be single now.
And all I got to do is take her out on Sunday. So shout out to my wife. Here it is, Drew. Sandy Ryan paint controversy. To refresh your memory, guys, before the big fight in New York City, some mysterious people got out of a moving vehicle and threw this paint on her. She was covered in the paint. We never did find out who was behind it. Sandy Ryan said she was sure to this day Michaela Mayer is responsible. And if you have not seen it, okay, there was already a statement issued by Top Rank. Top Rank is appalled and disgusted by the actions of the individual or individuals that delivered the package to Keyshawn Davis last night. These actions are contrary to the foundation of Top Rank. There is no place for this in sports or society. Keyshawn Davis has our full support. What was the gift? There it is. Here's a snack for all those high jumps. Stay energized. They did the Z a couple times. 4102. What is 4102? Business WOM. WOM. That's a clue there. Business. And there you can see some unripe bananas and some watermelon. Where do we even start? Teofimo in an interview not too long ago, when asked about which opponent, which were both African-American, I believe he said which one of them wants a banana first. Which one of those? Yep. Yeah, I think he said it himself, man. So Teomita, shout out to you because he did not believe. I saw it yesterday, Drew. I saw that he put it on X Twitter. He said he did not believe that Baranchek's team was behind that. I myself thought it was kind of, I thought it was beneath Baranchek. I didn't think it was something Baranchek would do it myself. 4102 might be the room number, he says. Drew, I didn't believe Baranchek was behind it. But to see Teofimo so happy on Instagram posting it, you kind of knew yesterday when he put that out there that it had to be good old Teofimo Lopez.
I'm going to say this right now. If this winds up being somebody in Davis's camp doing this, Davis is a real piece of shit for doing that. If it turns out to be somebody from his camp doing it.
It was not Davis. I think Teofimo's taking responsibility as I understand it.
Teofimo did it. I don't understand what the fucking dude's doing. Like,
he does not like Keyshawn. Keyshawn just posted an interview. It's available on Fight Hub, guys, on FightHub.com, Fight Hub on YouTube. The interview is there. Keyshawn Davis knows it was Teofimo. And he says that he ain't going to give, I'm paraphrasing, but he ain't going to give Teofimo an opportunity to make money off of fighting him. He's not going to give him the fight. He knows Teofimo's out of opponents, that he turns down every offer, and making a fight in-house at Top Rank would be good business and good money. Is this the way to attract those type of fights?
No. But I really think that Keyshawn needs to be concentrated on his opponent because this is a step-up fight. This is really a step-up fight for him. And this is going to show, if he loses this fight, he might not get another step-up. Everybody going to look at him a lot different.
You think this Friday night is, it is a big step up, but let's talk about, interesting you say that because just in July, Drew, he fought Madueño. Madueño is the guy who's going to be fighting Oscar Duarte in Los Angeles this weekend at the last minute. To me, he put on a clinic against that guy, Madueño. Madueño has 3 losses, but Madueño has a fucking chin on him. This is a major step up in competition. Obviously, it's a gold medalist. Look at these. These are the 4 gold medalists from the Ukrainian team that includes Lomachenko, Zvadzik, that just fought David Benavidez, and Usyk, of course. And, of course, we have a young Baranchek there. The Ukrainian gold medalist team, they're all the same. But age is going to be a big factor this weekend. So Dale says they'll never know another Kovalev. Yeah, Kovalev was indeed you could easily say he was a racist. You know, it's funny, Drew, I actually know somebody that's close friends of the show who had an altercation with another YouTuber and used the banana analogy, and then he doubled down on it. I don't know if you're listening out there. I know I consider you a friend of the show, but you've gotten yourself in a lot of hot water. And he used the exact same banana analogy with some brothers, friends of mine too, and continued to use that banana analogy, monkey analogy. And when confronted the fact that he was a racist, he just proceeded to double down that the animal reference was indeed not related to racism. He just doubled down on it. And somehow Teofimo has repeatedly made racist gestures and continues to get away with it. Top Rank put out a statement, but what's Top Rank going to do? In fact, let's address the elephant in the room. Teal's got some big news, some really big news, guys, that involves my San Francisco, my original hometown. If you haven't heard this already, Teal's going to be the bearer of some very interesting good news. And Top Rank has some really bad news. So should we start with the bad news, Drew?
Yeah,
Because
fuck it.
Top Rank and ESPN are parting ways, guys. If you haven't been to a Top Rank fight in Las Vegas, you should see one pretty soon, because pretty soon no one in America will get to watch boxing on cable television for free. Top Rank ESPN is done officially as of July 26th. Will be their last televised final show on ESPN. Now, will Teofimo Lopez, who's headlined, Teofimo's he brags about it. I'm the dude on Top Rank ESPN that gets the most views. The most watchers have been for Teofimo. And this is unbelievable, Drew. This is really unbelievable. Some Bay music right there. San Francisco music right there. Teofimo Lopez to headline a special Ring Magazine event in Alcatraz on The Rock. And there you see the picture, Drew, because I asked somebody, I said, there's no way you're going to, if I've been to Alcatraz, there's no way you're going to fit a ring inside the prisons, man. Shit is going to look like American Me. You see people out there in the cold, cold island. I'm excited for this. This makes me want to go back to the Bay to see this, man. I've been at a Teofimo fight, and man, that fight stunk, man. Jermaine Ortiz, that fight stunk.
I lost that fight too.
Wiley Coyote says, dude, what the TV is dying. Boxing on television, as we know it as Americans, is the final nail in the coffin. Official July 26th. Question is, will Teo, who isn't doing himself any favors, looking like the racist Honduran that he is, or might be, I don't know. I don't know what's in Teal's heart, man. He plays a lot. He's a colorful character. Sonteo says he knows how to inject himself and make himself controversial. But this is an amazing thing. This is just to conceive boxing inside Alcatraz, a federal landmark, one of the greatest landmarks. It's featured in movies, you know. Fuck, The Rock, man. Wrap your damn. Fonzie, would you take a flight out to San Francisco to hop on that boat? I can only imagine, Drew, that only several thousand people are going to be able to watch that. There is not that much real estate for a makeshift amphitheater. It's going to be wild, Drew. And let me tell you, it gets cold, man. It gets cold as fuck. If you've never been out to Pier 39, Fisherman's Wharf in San Francisco, once you get to that bay, the winds hit you. Them fighters, Teofimo's not going to, I know it snows in New York, but he ain't going to believe how cold it is on fight night, man. That shit is going to be crazy. So Dale says, if you run into him, see if he still wants to fight on Peacock. That little graphic with Ring said TNT Sports. What is that about? I don't even know where I sourced that. That's from Ring TV? TNT Sports? Could they be letting us know something? All right, Drew. Where's Top Rank going to end up, Drew? Is it going to be DAZN? Is it going to be Peacock? Who's going to buy the television rights to Top Rank Boxing, which I think, as a Las Vegas local now, guys, I think they're the best in-house promoter in Las Vegas. I really do. I think highly of Bob Arum and his long career, but where will they land after July?
Probably going to go to their zone. And I think people just need to realize boxing in America is dead. It is just
saying so.
You're not going to have no casuals buy the zone for boxing. It's a hardcores, and there's more casuals than hardcores, unfortunately. And I think it's a bad business decision. Yeah, you in business with Turkey, but it's still a bad business decision. So now you look at it. Somebody has to capitalize on it. And I don't know who will capitalize on this, but if you look at it, it's it's a bad scene when it comes to boxing in America, and I think people are gonna realize that boxing in America is dead.
The only thing I can see, Drew, sorry to interrupt you, that I can see being a silver lining in Top Rank joining DAZN alongside Matchroom Boxing, alongside Golden Boy, is that those fighters are going to get an easier opportunity to fight each other champions from other, promotional companies. They'll all be under the same television banner. But then I seen this tweet, and I don't have this tweet, guys, but this guy made a lot of sense. Shout out to whoever it was. They said, DAZN is actually doing pretty terrible in the United States, not globally, but in the US. A lot of people left DAZN. Drew left DAZN. I left DAZN. And you've got a big, you got a big chunk of the boxing public that likes to just watch it on their Fire Stick. How the fuck are you going to, how are you going to get American consumers back on the $19.99 plan on DAZN? How? I mean, slash it to $9.99 is the only way I can think you're going to stop people from using the Fire Stick.
Yeah, and plus you and that pay-per-views, you're gonna be paying pay-per-views too. So it's bad business practice by DAZN. And the plan was, we're gonna have it for $19.99 pay-per-views, but you're gonna make them pay a subscription fee on top of that. So people are not gonna look at it and say it's a joke. And like Dave said, I left DAZN. I think it was the price jump, and like it was terrible. And then you jump up more on it, and it's unbearable. Why do we watch? Why would I pay almost $200 some a year just for boxing? And like half the cards on there suck.
I mean, people do spend. Let me know what you guys put it in the chat. You guys that are listening, let me know what you will pay for. What do you pay for as part of your streaming bundle? I know people pay. I currently pay for ESPN Plus, whatever it is, Disney package. That's gonna go out the window. But I don't pay for DAZN anymore. And should I, if Top Rank joins, should I join people again on the DAZN train? It sucks. It really limits American boxing. Drew, I agree with you. Boxing in the U.S. is really coming to some sort of a crossroad where it feels like it's dying. It's not dying internationally, not by any means or stretch of the imagination. Quickly, I just want to give a shout out to SB. They say, they just let everybody know that hopefully people hit that like, and we're almost at 2,000 subs, Drew, and I'm so excited about that. I think we're going to finally do something special for our listeners. I think we might be giving away a hoodie. A good friend of our show has been making these really nice hoodies that I'm going to be showing on the channel pretty soon. And I think I'd like to give one away those hoodies. They're boxing fan hoodies, man. They're off the chain. So we might be doing that as soon as we hit 2K. That'd be a great thing. Shout out to One-Eyed Willie. Speaking of boxing not being dead internationally, but being dead, did you see the list of highest paid athletes that came out from Fortico? Because it featured a lot of boxers. Canelo Alvarez is on the list. What shocked me, I forgot, Tyson Fury, bro. Tyson Fury, where is that top paid people, man? How much money did Tyson Fury make last year, including Usyk? Fuck. Will Canelo be the highest paid athlete once his contract with Riyadh season goes into, where is that damn thing, Drew? Did you see it, by the way? Highest paid boxers? $147 million. That goes to Tyson Fury, the Gypsy King via Sportico. $147 million. Way more money than Canelo. He made way more money than Canelo. Also on the list, the monster Inoue, Drew. You didn't hear this shit. Speaking of Usyk, man, did you see that Usyk is considering a fight with MMA legend, current champion? Is he the current champion, Alex Pereira? He says, why not? Why not fight him? That just goes to show that influencer boxing or whatever, these cross-promotional, this is an influencer boxer. He is a legit UFC champ. Would that upset you?
A little bit. Like, I think he said he's going to fight 2 more times, then retire.
And I think he's talking about making this fight at the end of his career, which is typical, is kind of typical of what Floyd Mayweather did fighting Conor McGregor in a humongous crossover fight, a fight that generated so much damn pay-per-view money. I ain't gonna hate on Usyk. He's already been a 2-time undisputed champion. I mean, what he's already beat Anthony Joshua twice. I mean, who else does he need to beat? Not knock out Deontay Wilder at this point?
Beat Tyson Fury twice.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Wiley Coyote says Usyk will smoke him, even though I like Pereira. Pereira does have a pretty good boxing background, but of course, it is not the kind of background that's going to beat a cruiserweight undisputed champion, gold medalist, the Olympic gold medalist, and of course, undisputed heavyweight champion. So let's get to these fights, Drew, real quick. I don't want to keep you up too late, man. There's a lot of good fights starting Friday night. Really quickly, if you guys, the co-main event, I got a like and a retweet. It's been a long time since I talked to Xandra. I first talked to him, and I believe when he turned, he was 17 when he just signed his Top Rank contract that made him the youngest fighter on Top Rank to sign a multi-year deal. Here he is, Drew, with a WBO people. The WBO people. Should he beat the guy he's fighting from Germany this Friday night on the co-main event? It's 32-year-old Stawa Spolmer, 20-0, 32 years old, 5'10", 11 KOs. You know who he trains with? Roy Jones. Roy Jones Jr. That's who his trainer is. And I have seen some of his tape, guys. There's a lot of European guys that are infiltrating American boxing. Surachi, relatively unknown to everybody, came from France and knocked out Jaime Munguia, international boxing star. Could we be primed for an upset? I don't think so, man. The odds say against it, but to be honest, he can crack against someone that's already experienced like Xander Zayas. I don't think he's potentially, he might not even survive, but he does seem to have a good chin and he does seem to be able to crack. Xander is a negative 750 favorite. You bet $100 for an upset. Slava Spalmer is going to pay you $500. $500. Roy Jones. Yeah, it's Roy Jones. Drew, let's talk about the WBO 154. I already talked about it next month. To me, I don't like the guy that the WBO is allowing Sebastian Fedora to defend against. The Booker, no way, dude. And Virgil Ortiz, is Sonteo still in here? But Virgil Ortiz, he got some shit from, and I like this, he got some shit from young Xander Zayas on the internet yesterday, because Xander Zayas wanted to remind everybody that Virgil put out an offer to him and his team and that he signed it immediately. And that he went public with it because he wanted everybody to know he accepted the fight. Well, apparently Virgil Ortiz sent that letter or sent an offer to several people, which he can do because he's a bigger star, I guess. I guess he's a bigger star. He's not going to get a crack at Sebastian Fundora, apparently, before Xander Zayas. But Xander Zayas just wanted to remind everybody that, he did sign that contract in Virgil Ortiz. According to Xander, he's saying he took the easy way out because if I beat him, he gets exposed. He gets made look bad. But fighting Madrimov is a safer bet because and this is strange, but it makes sense. Fighting Madrimov for Virgil Ortiz is a safer bet because he's coming off a loss to Terrence Crawford. If he beats him, he gets credit for beating a guy that gave Terrence Crawford hell. But if he loses, well, he lost to a former world champion. But if he lost to Xander Zayas, a contender, prospect, shit, it's all bad. How do you guys think? What do you guys think about that? Shout out to Off the Ropes MMA. Appreciate you. He says, I smoke Roy joints too. Yeah, man. I'm not even drinking, guys. Also, shout out to Boxing Mech Side. Appreciate you being here. He says, Viva Canelo. And also, Nerd, good to see you. Zayas is the boy who cried wolf. Because of Media Week and he's getting all this attention, that it was appropriate. I think he did a good job of reminding everybody. He's basically putting everybody on alert that the fight with Virgil Ortiz is a fight that he would like to make. When we had an opportunity to talk to Jesus Ramos Jr. of Arizona, Drew, Jesus let everybody know, and he told D-Style and I personally that he is eyeing a fight and would love to have a fight with Xander Zayas, two top contenders. I asked Gail of NY Fights, Gail Falkenthal, and she said, no, the fight to make is Virgil Ortiz versus Xander Zayas. Either way, I don't give a flying F, man. Puerto Rico versus Mexico, let's make it happen. Xander's down. He'll fight any of them, man. And likewise, I think I like Xander Zayas getting a crack at a world title, man. He's doing everything he's been asked to, and the WBO has always been in the pocket of Bob Arum. It's an extension of Top Rank. So be it. If he wins this weekend, he's going to get a crack, I think, pretty soon, or at least be forced to negotiate possibly with Sebastian Fundora. On the card, real quick, Drew, Abdullah Mason, Manuel James. Manuel James just fought Rolando Romero. He looked pretty damn bad in that fight. He looked like he couldn't do anything. I've seen him on Pro Box. He's a Stockton kid. He fights for Robert Garcia, but he had a horrible performance against Raleigh Romero when he should have shined in that fight. And Abdullah Mason is picking him up after being dropped by a Mexican guy. Y'all saw that fight. Abdullah Mason got dropped in the first round. It was a hell of a fight. They exchanged knockdowns. Abdullah Mason is a negative 2,500 favorite. Any upset here?
No.
Abdullah Mason? No. All right. Vito Manecki, who just transferred over to Top Rank. Shout out to him for leaving PBC and he's a negative 340 favorite against Connor Coyle. To me, this is nothing more than a showcase fight. Jared Anderson finally fighting again after being destroyed. Jared Big Baby Anderson being destroyed in Los Angeles on Riyadh Season Los Angeles, fighting Marios Colias. He's a negative 2,500 favorite. Anything we're going to see there? What do you want to see out of Jared Anderson? My boy Drew's getting tired, guys. What do you want to see? We'll cut the show short, guys. It's all good. But Drew, just really quick, let's get to Jared Anderson. What do you want to see out of him?
Oh, man. Jared Anderson, man, like, he just got to show he's taking it seriously. Like, the vibe before his loss was he wasn't taking this seriously. And he didn't care about titles. Like, why are you here for? Just for money? So, it means you're not taking it seriously. Like, you win fights, you make more money. You win championships, you make more money. I don't know what this kid's motivation is. I don't know, like, the way he boxes, his last couple fights, it really like, fucked him up, and it got him hit. So, I think he wins the fight, but I think he really's got to just win in great fashion.
All right, the main event. Let's hear the controversy, Drew. I know you're kind of you've liked and enjoyed the career of Lomachenko. Of course, Baranchyk is not popular like Lomachenko, but he does hold one of those lightweight titles now, and he did beat my countryman from Mexico, Navarrete. He did it legitly. He beat him. He kind of exposed him and said, Navarrete, you don't belong in this division. And now he's coming off, in my opinion, against. I'm starting to think Keyshawn, who we met Keyshawn on a show, guys. We did a Twitch sports thing with him one time, and at the time he had just won the Olympics, right, Drew? Back then. Yeah. To me, I like the guy. I like the way he's responding to T.O., to be honest. But I'm starting to get the feeling that Keyshawn's days at this division are really coming to an end really quickly. He might win this title and not defend it at all. I don't see how he weighs 135, Drew. He's nearly 5'11". You can see that his build is so much bigger than Baranchyk, and it absolutely helps him in everyone he's fought at 135. He might just be a weight bully to me. He might be ready for 140 pounds, which is why Teofimo's been kind of, is potentially eyeing him. They've been eyeing each other as potential opponents. He might be a weight bully. I'm going to say, looking at these odds, I agree with the odds, man. I think that he's very effective at 135, but he is a big guy. He is going to use his size. And let's just look really quickly. I got Keyshawn winning this fight. He is a negative 700 favorite. If you spend $100 on Dennis Baranchyk, you're going to come out 475 the winner. Fonzie says, I hope Baranchyk pulls an upset because I can't stand Keyshawn Davis. Fonzie, Keyshawn Davis told they were hiring at Twitch Sports for a commentator, and Drew competed in it. Drew and I both competed, and it came down to some chick between a girl streamer on Twitch named Miss Thickums and me. And he says, SHOESHINE, don't take it personal. It's strictly business. Well, yeah, the girl was wearing a cleavage top for the entire show. He said it was strictly business. I think it was strictly something else.
I should have asked him. What was the last time you banged him?
Oh, come on now, Drew. All right, man. Do you see who do you got in this fight, Baranchyk or Keyshawn?
I think Keyshawn should win this fight. It'd be very surprising if Keyshawn does not win this fight. and very damaging to his career if he loses this. Do I expect a knockout? Probably not. I probably would bet the decision.
So Keyshawn fought in July and he made his name is Madueño. Madueño's going to be the fill-in. He's from Sinaloa. He made him look kind of, he had a lot of professional fights. Steve Claggett beat Madueño, and Madueño was so frustrated with Keyshawn Davis that he almost lifted him up and threw him out the ring. I thought that shit was pretty funny, but he got schooled pretty bad. But one thing Keyshawn could not do to this Mexican guy is knock him out, man. He didn't even drop him. It went the distance, and Madueño took the fight against Oscar Duarte on completely last minute. Shout out to everyone from Sinaloa. He took the fight with 2 weeks notice because Regis Prograis effed up one of his shoulders, needs surgery, potentially needs surgery. But the fight will go on. Shout out to everyone that's going down to the Golden Boy card tomorrow in Los Angeles, Orange, California. Is that where it is? Anyways, let's look at the odds on that fight. Oscar Duarte had a 12 knockout streak after losing a fight. Went on 12 knockout streak and then got an opportunity to fight Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia said, I'll fight the dude. I heard he hits hard, but he's 135-pound lightweight. Now he's at 140. Ryan Garcia, I'm going to just call it like it is. He dragged up this guy to 140. Ryan Garcia did not make weight on the scale and said, I cannot lose any more weight. And he said 143 or nothing, and Oscar Duarte took the fight at 8-pound natural advantage, and Ryan Garcia knocked him out with his famous left hook. Since then, Oscar Duarte has come away with 2 pretty good victories. Beat the shit out of Jojo Diaz. I don't know how many more times Jojo Diaz is going to get his ass whooped before calling it quits. And guys, if you guys know about Jojo Diaz's sexual complaints that I think he got away with, I don't really care. I don't really care about everything that Jojo Diaz has been through. You got to speak up against pedophiles. And those accusations had a lot of evidence against them, and they chose not to prosecute. Jojo Diaz. He deserved to get his ass whooped. I don't give a F. Oscar Duarte beat him up pretty good. He's a negative 750 favorite this Saturday against Miguel Madueño, but the fight's going to be good, Drew. I'm telling you, this fight's going to be good. It's 2 Mexican guys with chins that are going to be throwing hands and can't knock each other out. The winner's going to be us. The fans on Golden Boy. Who else is on that fight? Oscar thinks very highly of Darius Fulham. I believe he's on the card. Ricardo Sandoval, and he from Sacramento. And Kenneth Sims Jr. is all on Saturday's card, including Joel Iriarte. Dude, this card was on the verge of being scrapped. Oscar said it was over 8 or 10 fighters that were going to lose their big payday. So shout out to Madueño for filling in. Let's go across the pond. We're almost done with the show, guys. Hit that like button. We do this Monday and Thursday nights. Football is over, but we're going to be doing boxing Monday and Thursdays. I appreciate everybody in here. Across the pond we go, Drew. I think this fight is going to be in the middle of the day Saturday. Boxing all weekend. He's been on our show. And he loves comedy, by the way, guys. He's undefeated. He's talking about Arnold Barboza Jr., good friends with Felipe Esparza, guys. He does comedy. He puts on comedy shows too, man. Did you know that, Drew?
Yeah.
He's a comedy promoter. It was nice talking to him right before he was doing that show with some people from Felipe Esparza's podcast. He puts on comedy shows, I believe, near the Inland Empire. All the way to the across the pond to the UK to fight Southpaw Jack Catterall. Jack Catterall exposed. Man, who is he? To me, he beat Josh Taylor. To me, he beat the crap out of Regis Prograis. To me, he does everything pretty good, but doesn't look spectacular, but he does everything so freaking solid. Like, everything he does as a southpaw is solid. That I think, to be honest, man, Arnold Barboza Jr. is going to have to do some special shit. I ain't never seen him. I've seen him fight. In Vegas. I've never seen him fight special like that. And when he had to fight an Irish guy recently, that Irish guy, he should have gotten that win, to be honest. He should have got that win. And because Arnold Barboza Jr. continued his undisputed streak, he finds himself in a title eliminator. The winner gets good old Teofimo Lopez. Could the winner of this fight Saturday be the guy that's going to go to San Francisco? Damn, is it going to be Jack Catterall? or is it going to be Arnold Barboza Jr.? Is Sonteo still in here? Drew, January 2024, about 13 months ago, Arnold Barboza Jr. fought. He put on a pretty good show against, I believe, an African fighter. Teofimo was out there in the hallway. I talked to Teofimo. It's on my page. Shout out to Teo and his dad. Got us big views. Arnold was chasing Teofimo down, saying, why did you duck me? Why'd you duck me? Why are you ducking me? He was looking for that fade. He had to remind Teo that you ducked me all through our top rank career. And Teo wanted nothing to do with him. Teo was like, fuck. He told dude, you need to work on your shit. Your fight stunk. I think I heard him say that. So I'm like, you need to work on yourself. Your fight stunk. He does not want to fight Arnold Barboza. He doesn't like him. But if Arnold Barboza wins, he could be mandated to fight Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo may be mandated to fight him. Let's look at the odds. By the way, when is Josh? No, that's the 22nd. I'm looking at something else. Drew, give me your thoughts on Catterall versus Arnold Barboza Jr.
Catterall's got a gas issue. I'm picking Barboza.
Nice. I'm surprised, man. Jack Catterall does team the fade in the late rounds, and will Arnold Barboza Jr. show something special? Will he finally show? This is not I thought this was a title fight, man, but to get to the title, he's going to have to show some championship medal here. Finally, he's been waiting a long time. He's undisputed. Jack Catterall is a 255 favorite. I don't think anybody's knocking anybody out in this fight, guys. If you guys are still tuned in, let me know. Catterall, Arnold Barboza Jr. Arnold from Southern California. What city is he from, man? He be repping his city, man. It's a lot of gangs in his hometown. It's going to be really hard to walk away with a decision to convince the judges, but it's been done. Elvinado Lopez went into the UK and came away with a decision win in the UK. Can be done. It's going to be hard, man. I'm wishing Arnold Barboza Jr. the best from the SHOESHINE, but I think Jack Catterall is going to get an in-house decision. It's going to be a very close fight, man. Probably 7-5 either way, but most likely 7-5 to Jack Catterall. Yeah. It's a good week, man. Good weekend for boxing, guys. Valentine's Day. Shout out to all the couples. Anybody who's in here in the audience that has a wife or a girlfriend that watches boxing with you. You know, that's the best. That's the best, man. You also got the Super Bowl parade, Drew. If you get a chance to check it out, man, I'd love to see some pictures. What are your thoughts? What are your final thoughts on this week, man? Teofimo, all his shenanigans.
It's what else is new? This dude doesn't really. He tries to get the attention, but he does it the wrong way. And I just don't think that it's gonna be like. It's not a good look when somebody's got to really guide him. So it's a bad look.
Fonzie619 says, what about the Mayor Ryan rematch? That shit is going to be fire, Fonzie, and it's going to be in Las Vegas. I think that one's at Fontainebleau or at the Palms Casino, both of which. Fontainebleau, we haven't seen anything yet. I'm ready to go there, check that out, man. That fight's going to be fire for real. And it's also probably going to be, could potentially be the last or second to last fight Top Rank does with ESPN. Man, I'm definitely down to go. Drew, any final thoughts anymore? Anything else? If not, we're going to sign off.
I'm probably doing a parlay right now. Football and basketball and boxing.
All right. You want to put it on the air real quick? Shout out Paul M. He says, hopefully everyone has a good Valentine's.
Finish it off real quick. Let me see. You know what? Let's see how that works, huh? Oscar Vardy. What the fuck is this Oscar Vardy fight? Oh, Barboza. I'll bet Barboza. Oscar. Okay.
Sonteo is May 10th in San Diego. Is that Murataya?
See, they're not giving me no line for that. So, okay. So this is what I'm gonna do. Nico Ali Walsh wins by decision. The Abdullah Mason fight, I pick it over 4.5 rounds. Jared Anderson fight, I picked it under 4.5 rounds. Xander Zayas wins by KO or TKO. And Keyshawn wins by TKO or KO. And I pick Arnold Barbosa. Now, $10, $1,194.
Damn. That's a lot. That's a lot of variables to get right, man. How much are you putting down on that?
$10.
$10 pays $1,100. That was a pretty nice parlay. I appreciate that. Santiago says, yup, Murataya, he's knocking on the door. Even though the one time I got to watch him live, that was when, that was Top Rank. Where was that at? At the Palms, dog. To be honest, man, that was the Terrence. What's his name? Not Terrence. Who did he fight that? He didn't look too good. Help me out, Santiago. The guy that's going to get a rematch with William Zepeda. Damn. I didn't think that fight was tough for him, man, but he did walk away with the win. He's undisputed, and he's knocking down the door of an opportunity to maybe fight Keyshawn Davis. If Drew's correct, if I'm correct, Keyshawn's going to come away with a title, and maybe at some point, being in-house at Top Rank, maybe Murataya does get an opportunity to fight him. That would be kind of sick with it. Guys, I'm Dave in the 702. Tevin Farmer, thank you. Tevin, why'd I call him Terrence? And I just saw that fight is going to be, that rematch is going to happen because William Zepeda was hurt or whatnot. Drew, he doesn't get the opportunity to fight. What's his name? Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson being accused wildly.
Farmer won that fight.
It was a really dog fight, yeah, for real. And it was hard to watch that whole card because Ruben Villa was on that card, and he got he got dogged pretty hard in that fight against a relatively unknown African fighter. But because of that, Raymond Murataya still has an opportunity. He'd be knocking on the door of a championship title opportunity with Top Rank. And William Zepeda is going to be fighting in Cancun, the rematch versus Tevin Farmer. I saw that. And Floyd Schofield is coming hard. I don't know if it's him, because he doesn't let people respond on Twitter, but Schofield is coming hard on Shakur Stevenson being a snack drug cheat. We'll talk about that next week, because that super card is coming up. Riyadh season is coming up. Floyd Schofield coming after Shakur Stevenson hard, man. It's been great. Appreciate y'all. We'll be back on Monday night. I wish everyone a beautiful Valentine's Day weekend. Drew, enjoy the parade. Philly Eagles deserve it. I'm Dave in the 702 Philly Irish. We'll see you on Monday night at 7:45. Peace.